the show this morning? And why are we taking a detour, and from what? We are going to be taking a detour from vegetable show to broiler management show this morning. And why? The facts speak for itself. As you can see, we just stocked our farm with new beds which arrived yesterday, and that is the reason why we are going to be starting a new section on broiler management on G Wireless experience this morning. And I'm going to be diving fully into brooding management, broiler farming, brooding management is the show that we're going to be having this morning. And those beds, they arrived yesterday, hale and healthy. And as you can see, there are some management practices that we have put in place when they arrived yesterday. And before I even dive into what we did as at the time that they arrived yesterday, and even before they arrived yesterday, I want to tell you the basic management practices that you need to put in place for your brooding. At least I understand that majority of farmers have different ways of brooding, different practices, and for you that you are watching and you are learning, or maybe you are not a professional farmer and you just want to learn how to do brooding management for your broiler beds, you have to understand that when we talk about brooding, we're talking about eating up the beds to avoid environmental harms on your beds. Because when this bed comes, let's imagine when you first of all give birth to a particular child, there are ways that you manage that child. And the same thing is applicable to your beds. When they will first arrive on your farm, they will not be able to adapt to an open space, and that is what necessitates brooding. And what does brooding entails? It involves an enclosure, a closed enclosure, where you can keep your birds to eat them up, give them some heat for them to be able to survive within the period of time that they will be there. And this brooding season, this brooding time is between the first day that they arrive and the 10th day before they can be exposed to broad daylight and wind from every other. At that time, they will have grown their wings, and almost all the features that will help them to adapt to the environmental changes will have been grown, will have developed by then, so we can open them up by then. But before then, you have to make sure that you watch them, and everything that happens in your brooding house must be watched. Before they arrive, there are things you must have done. You must have cleaned the environment, fumigate the place where you want to use. We have different types of fumigators. Just check any facts to tell you. In this farm, we use Morigard and some other things that we had in order to fumigate the floor before we put wood shavings on it. And set your feeders, set your drinkers. Make sure the feed is available, is on ground before you go to the hatchery to pick your birds. Make sure the environment is set. Make sure your brooding pot to provide heat for the birds is available. As you can see, there are so many brooders that we have gas brooder that uses gas. This one is a coal pot. It's a coal pot where we put coal and to be able to supply heat within the brooding house. And this particular pot is used to control the environment within the brooding house. So you automatically see that your birds, if they are doing fine, you will see them. If the weather is cold, you might see them chilling together, and that is where they need the heat. The reason why you see them clubbing together like this is because I'm in their midst, and they will not be moving around. They just arrived because they want to protect themselves. But as I'm talking to you now, this place is a bit warm. The brooding house is a bit warm. As you can see, some of them are moving around. But even though they are not moving closer to you, but they are moving around, as you can see them. So this place is warm. It's warmer for them to be able to enjoy, eat, and have some drinks by themselves. Those are the things you need to put in place. Make sure your brooding house is in place, is warm, and you can check the temperature. There are so many thermometers, brooding house thermometers that we use. You can check first and buy. You can check the temperature of the brooding house to see, because the brooding house must not be too much warm and it must not be too much cold. So there is a particular required temperature for your brooding house, and those are the things that we have put in place before our bird arrived. And when they arrived yesterday, we placed them on glucose and vitamin to stabilize them because of the journey from the hatchery. When we went to go and place them from the hatchery, the journey from the hatchery, because it's a long journey to our farm, might have caused them stress. So we have to place them on vitamin and glucose in order to alleviate the stress. And later in the evening, they were placed on antibiotics. So that is what we did yesterday. And this morning, after we noticed that they are stabilized, and yesterday we had just about 2 mortalities. One as a result of stress from the journey, and we just picked one this morning. And as you can see, they are stabilized, they are doing fine. Let me just move around so that you can see them, how they enjoy themselves, how they are doing fine. You can see that all of them, they are fine, they are doing great. And you have to be very careful as you are moving around so that you will not step on any one of them. You know they are very small. They are very small, and as they are running around, you don't fear, you will be running everywhere, so you can even run under your feet. So you have to be very careful so that you don't step on any of them. So as you can see, they are healthy, they are stabilized, and they are doing fine. So that is why we have placed them on antibiotics in order to suppress any form of hatchery infection that they might be bringing into the brooding house here. And what are the medications that we applied yesterday? The antibiotics that we applied gentamicin and tylosin, and that one works for suppressing any form of CRD, respiratory disease that they might be bringing from the hatchery. That is chronic respiratory disease, CRD, and this is colistin. This is colistin. We place them on colistin as well, and this is ostetracycline, centaurstate. Those are the 3 drugs that we place them on. I wouldn't be going deep into the measurement. As a farmer, you must be able to read the label of any drug, any medication you are applying on your birds. You must know the exact function of any drug you are using and what exactly do you want to treat on your birds. Most especially, you must know the history of the birds that you are collecting. So that means you must know the hatchery that you are collecting your broiler birds from. What hatchery are you collecting them from? What is their history? What is the performance of their birds? How did they perform? What are the things that they used to suffer from? At what stage, at what age did they used to suffer from it? So on the farm here, we have a particular bird we collect. We have hatchery that we collect it from, and we know their history, we know their growth rate, we know those things, those infections that their birds used to suffer from, and at the age that they used to suffer from those particular infections. And that necessitated the reason why we are using the medications that we are using, the drugs that we are using, that I just showed you. And we know the chemicals, the constituent of the drug that we are applying into the water for our birds. So this is gentamicin, this is tylosin. We know that the birds that we are collecting and the hatchery we are collecting from, we know their history concerning CRD. And we know that we have to tackle them from the beginning. We don't have to wait until they reach the age. Because right from the second week of their cycle, they start suffering from CRD. Sometimes even from the first week, 4th day, 5th day of their life cycle within the brooding house, you start seeing them suffering from it. So before they start bringing out those symptoms, we try to suppress it. So those are the reasons why we have the drugs that we are using. That what am I trying to point out here? Like I have said, know the history of the artery you are collecting your bird from, know everything about them, and know how to handle the birds by you contacting them, asking them questions that this and this, and they will be able to tell you exactly what you need to do in order not to have losses on your bird. Even right from brooding house, I can tell you, farmers have losses from brooding house. Losses, great losses from brooding house. So those are the things I want to show you this morning. And if you are joining us for the first time, you are welcome. I am Balogun Matthew. This is G-Wireless Experience channel, and this particular show is Lives on Farm show. And on this particular show, we deal with two major discussions, and we have our shows on around two major practices. Number one, live broiler farming management practice, and vegetable farming management practices. And vegetable farming majorly we deal with pepper and we deal with tomatoes. And on the show this morning, like we have done, this is live broiler management practices. And please, for you to be able to have access to our video anytime they are being released, as in first hand access onto you, follow us, subscribe to this channel, comment on any of our videos, and ask your questions. We'll be able to answer you anytime, any day. And until I see you in our next video, stay blessed and enjoy yourself.